Good evening, everybody, on a Sunday evening in the UK. So I thought I'd come on because when you're doing art, trying to get my face and my hands working together as something else into the video. But I thought I'd come on anyway and just show you a little bit what I've been doing this afternoon and also speak to you about self-worth. So as you know, I do confidence through art, building people's confidence and self motivation. So that's what I've been doing today, which is a collage. And I'm just going to put that over there. Okay, let it dry. Sticky fingers. And I just wanted to come on to actually sort of kind of give you ideas into motivating yourself into doing something creative. And I think by using art as a form of therapy or well-being, or just generally doing something different that normally takes you out of your comfort zone, or could be actually something very relaxing. So I'm Laura at Laura's Place of Art, and I basically help people to get out of their darkest place in order to start moving on with their lives, and also doing it through art, but also giving a lot of motivation. I'm a teacher and I'm a designer by trade. So a lot of my designs, what you've just seen, are to do with taking them into textile design and actually doing them to turn up onto furnishings or for carpets or wallpapers. So that is what I do as well. I also am a teacher in mainly with A-level students, but also at times I will go into schools and also help there. I'm what's known as a troubleshooter. So I will go into schools, I'll go into colleges where the subject is taking basically a nosedive down. So what I tend to do is I basically bring the grades up of students. I do getting from year 9 going into year 10 into basic 11, then the 11's into A level. And I also put departments together, as well as making sure that the well-being of the student, they enjoy the art, and also that they are on the right pathway. I do from A level to progression into art school. So there's a mound of things I actually do, but that's not what I've come to speak to you about. So today I'm actually kind of just speaking about the art and motivation and self-worth. And I just wanted to give you ideas. I work with obviously a lot of decorative papers. Now this is glue, marbling glue, but it reminded me of a shell, and I'm going to draw a little bit more to bring the shell form into it. But again, it's a motivational piece. Another one that was done with glue, marbling, and basically putting it onto decorative papers. And these are all sort of courses that I do. And that to me reminds me of a flower, almost like a what they call the Scottish thistle, the Scottish thistle. So yeah, so that's just ideas. And then I do a lot of workshops on decorative papers, just working with sprays, working with shaving foam, working with different things, building up people's interest in art. And I do it with collaging, I do it with drawing and things like that. So I wanted to come on and actually sort of say to you that it's really good to have something like a sketchbook. Now this is just a plain ring binder sketchbook that you can get from Smith's. Okay, so just having one of these and, you know, going out drawing and stuff like that. I'm coming to the end because I do a lot of designs when I go into garden nurseries on this particular one. And this again, actually, this design was done with, I was walking around a garden nursery, and a child came up to me, 4 years of age, and said, "What are you doing?" So I let her have a go. And so a bit of her artwork and a bit of my artwork, and I turned it into something a little bit more to do with flowers, which is what mainly I do. You can have a concertina sketchbook, which you can do all sorts of different things. Oops, plain page. You can do collaging, you can do basically, you can have it as a concertina, and then you can work on the other side as well. So I'm still working on this side. But again, having something to doodle on. So I do a lot of doodling. And sometimes my ideas will take longer than others. Sometimes they're kind of works of art that they go into something. That one at the moment is kind of like a painting that I've been doing actually for the longest time that I've got to finish. This is again to do with just designing, just playing around. You can work on both sides. Concertina one, I'm not sure if I like them or not, the concertina books, but at the time they were a new thing that came in, and I thought, okay, let's try them out. So again, just I do a lot of floral art, so literally that is kind of what I do. Again, this is all done actually during lockdown, my lockdown book. And again, just playing around with designs. This kind of gone into working textiles design for linen, for duvets and stuff like that, and bed sheets. And then we got some more designing, just playing around. That was a very quick piece. And this one a little bit longer, but again going into, and again most of the florals are for actual linens, can be on towels as well, or on carpets. And again, this was a little bit of working with oil pastels, but I find if you iron on top of oil pastels with some newsprint, you take the wax out, but actually then it's all smooth rather than it being that it all comes off on the next page. And this is going to be roses, but I haven't got there yet. I also work in books that are already pre-written, but I just like this book. Don't ask me why. I just like the pages. And this is what I call my real doodle book. And again, sort of looking at collaging and just doing things. What I kind of aim people to do is to get out of their shell and to kind of start trying things that are a little bit different. This has got a little bit sewing. In fact, I tore the page out and got sewing in it and collage. And then you've got basically, again, oh, you can see that. Okay, because I guess maybe the light isn't as good as it could be because I'm working with overhead light, and rather than in pure daylight doing this. So again, just ideas to getting you functioning and to working on different things. Again, that's done with wallpaper collage and just a bit of messing around with twig. I do a lot of life drawing as well. This is working on an envelope and just collaging into it and with stitch. So, you know, I just try out different things, different design ideas, playing with images, just adding on anything with color. I guess it's like a working journal, but I don't necessarily put in words, okay? And images I like, which is like that floral work, and just kind of messing around the page, and then the sewing machine goes into it, and then that's the end of that. Now this was something from the V&A. I just really liked it, and I just filled it with some yellow flowers. And again, just working with the pages. That's an image on the page, but I'm just going over it. Again, this is a sewing idea with actual lace and working with decorative papers. This is marbling with glue and painting into it. So again, you know, it's finding your confidence, finding where your balance is to take your things a little bit different and try things out. I mean, this is real, this is quick work for me. This is not like my textile designs, which eventually I will begin to show on here. But in the meantime, you can see I'm working with different things and just playing around. I use a lot of Koh-i-Noor inks, pigmented inks, and oil pastel. Forgot I did that actually. Forgot I did that. That's quite vibrant. So again, just playing with different ideas. This tissue paper. It's a drawing idea. I don't think I finished it. Nope, I just drawing and just playing around at the moment. Haven't done that. So, you know, this work is like my doodle book for trying things out. Very much into flowers and trying collaging out and things like that. And then I go to just, I like papers, so I save so many different things that come through the post. I think that was actually a soap. A soap was wrapped in that, and I thought it was lovely. Again, you've got the book cover. Haven't done anything with that one. But then I've got started to go into trees. So, yeah, got definitely from basically some peas. And then we go into trees. So, different things and I started off right at the beginning. One of my first videos were about drawing trees, and then things, you know, news items that's I liked in a newspaper, so you can put different things in here. I mean, this is like a real personal journey of what you can achieve, and this is again to do with printing a stencil, a tree stencil. And then playing around again. So towards the back here is all trees that I've just kind of worked into. So I like working with nature and blocking colors in. And have I got anything else? Oh, we've got another one there. So again, blocking in, playing with the colors. And then again, that's my original one of my first original videos that I did on how to do a tree working on the side of the pencil, and also how to do shading techniques. And again, this is part of the book. So, oh, I'm just playing with lottery tickets at the moment. Not sure what I'm doing with that one. Just, is anything that I find that I like that's working with, I think I made a mess. Yeah, I made a mess and I covered it over with tissue paper. There's areas I like of it, and it's got the lottery tickets in the background. I'm going to do some printing on this though, probably. And then again, so it's all different things that I collect that I like the look of, and it might be anything that is sort of greenery. And the things that I'm actually collecting are, you know, anything that's kind of green. I mean, I was messing around one day and I just came up with that very quickly. Flowers and lettering. I don't do a lot of lettering, but yeah, so there's all sorts of things, and I collect all sorts of things, some printed matter that printing, and then I work into it. So again, there's so many different wonderful things, images. This is a butterfly, I think, yeah, or a moth or something like that. So the best way to find collage materials, oh, and working with wallpapers. So I've got a thing about working with wallpaper. Big into Anaglypta. Anaglypta wallpaper is brilliant. Okay, great for sewing, great for doing different things on. And then is using recycling envelopes. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about self-worth and believing in yourself. And I think, you know, when it's a hard one, isn't it? It's a hard one. So when you are at your lowest point and you really don't know which way to turn, and you've had a lot of trauma in your life, and you may have lost somebody, you may have had a really bad childhood that is still coming up in your adult life. There are times you do have to step away, because for your sanity, you have to be able to function. And if you're not functioning the best way you would like to, you've got to find another way to start bringing yourself out of this kind of deep hole that you've put yourself into. Just remember, we're all human. We all have a story. We all have experiences. We all have something that is going on. Your life, whether you come from a poor background, a middle class, or basically a wealthy background, everybody has problems. Everybody has issues. And I think there's a big area now where it's so much about well-being. Your well-being is very important, but also getting development is another way of building up your confidence in yourself. And back probably now 8 years ago, when I was 50, there you go, you can work out how old I am now. I was going through a really hard time. I think from my 40s to 48, I was kind of drifting, and I'd lost my mum back when I was 40, and she was the biggest thing in my life. I loved my parents completely, but father had gone 4 years previously, and that really caused such huge devastation in my life. My ambition took a real big deep dive downwards. And the reason I'm kind of coming on to you today is to explain that I got more and more into my art. I kind of didn't believe into myself, but I would wake up every morning and thinking, what am I really doing here? What is my purpose here? And when you lose somebody that you unconditionally love so much, you really, it makes you start asking questions. It makes you start thinking, what am I here for? And why was I born? And what can I do to make things better? And for me, I actually started asking for help. I didn't go and see a psychiatrist or a psychologist or anybody like that. I started asking for help from God. Whether you're into the spiritual side or not, that's not what I'm kind of aiming towards, and I started actually really using my intuition. And I don't know how it came about, but I just suddenly thought, right, what is my next step? What can I do? I decided to take a year off work, which was maybe not the best thing to have done at the time, but I couldn't function. And I had a lot of things going on. I'd gone into property, I was renovating properties, but I wasn't in the right frame of mind to really be doing it. So for about 8 years, I really hit a rock bottom situation. But what I did find as I was coming out of it was I started to get myself onto courses, self-help courses, really self-development courses. And from that, after sort of reaching out and sort of asking God, put me in the right direction, just put me in, I need something to make me feel alive again. And I think that was my answer, was to do the self-development. I was meeting new people. Yes, I was enjoying, going to these things. It was a really new experience for me, and it helped me to raise my vibration and raise my energy levels, which I felt had been lost so much. Now, during this time, I was still in teaching, but I'd stepped away from it because the pressure, and I think probably a lot of people around me didn't realize how bad I was having at the time. But these courses actually started to make sense because I was always looking for something, but I didn't know what. And it wasn't until really for the longest time that I thinking, oh, this is garbage. What am I doing here? The first course I went on, what I signed up to, was Tony Robbins. I said, was it Waken the Giant Within? Waken the Giant Within. He does. Tony Robbins is an amazing motivational speaker. And I initially signed up, went to London, signed up to, and I had to walk away from it because for me at the time, it was about £600, which was actually quite cheap. But I just thought, okay, so I won't go to Canada this year for the actual, because that was an airfare ticket, really. And then while I signed up to, but I had to think about it. It wasn't an instant decision, but I've been reading his book on and off for years, never quite finished it. And I don't know, I must have signed up to something. I got a notice that, he was going to be, there was a talk about him, but obviously he wasn't going to be there. That's how they lure you in. And the company I've actually gone to a lot of self-development courses is Success Resources, and they're brilliant. I've got to be honest with you, they really are very good event organizers in terms of all these speakers they get in. From that was my first experience, and then I just kind of regularly kept going to various different things. One was on trading, one was on sort of all to do with passive income. Another one was Harv Eker's Millionaire Mind, which is very good. Highly recommend it if you get a chance ever to go to it. It's a 3-day intensive, usually in London. Starts Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That was another, and I just suddenly thought, what am I doing? I am investing in these courses. I was trying to get an art business going at the same time. I will say that there are bouts of times where I didn't have a lot of confidence, and I didn't really believe myself. Now I'm totally believing myself, and I totally wake up in the morning and I'll look at myself eye to eye in the mirror and at night, and I'll say, I love you unconditionally. And I do. I love myself unconditionally, because if I don't love myself, who else is going to love me? And maybe this is a crazy thing to say, but you have to love yourself. I have a lot of self-worth. Oh my goodness me, I can price myself right out of the bracket, especially when I'm doing these teaching days. So I have a lot of self-worth, and it is hard to find, but you've got to know your worth. And believe it or not, just getting as far as you have and just getting doing your day-to-day things is hard work. It's really hard work. I'm passionate about teaching. I love teaching art. I love teaching art textiles. I love teaching fashion and pattern cutting. All the creative side I love. Not so lover of the computer side and the ICT side, which constantly challenges me. But I can see where the innovation is, especially architects. It's probably what I should have been in life, is an architect. But I'm an architect of my own life. And I just want to tell you, if you're having a bad time, I'm not a psychologist, okay? I don't have any credentials whatsoever on the mind side, but I am an art, and I do art therapy. I do self-development that I've basically learned along the way. So I listen to a lot of Bob Proctor and Vishen Lakhiani. I listen to Earl Nightingale, and I also, everybody read the book, but I actually kind of follow it through. Bob Proctor is Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. But I do listen to a lot of Bob Proctor. I do a lot of meditation, either meditation healing on my body and also my mind, and putting me in the right frame of mind. Now, at the moment, I'm actually working at a behavior school. It's not something I normally do, but I kind of helping them out for the time being till December. It's my last day, last month with them. But I'm passionate about teaching, and I really, if you want to reach out to me, you can. I can try and help you, or I will help you, but I do it through art. I can only give advice from my experience. My experience is my experience. Your experience is your experience. And I can only help you from where I'm coming from. But I'm definitely not a psychologist or a psychiatrist or anything like that. I don't have that type of skill. But what I do listen to people. And if you need help, and you want to reach out, please do. I can't help you with everything, but what I would say, to start believing in yourself, look at yourself in the mirror. Really look. Don't just look at how beautiful you are, because you are beautiful. Don't just look at, if you're getting old, if you've got wrinkles, if your body isn't quite where you'd like it to be. I love food, so my body's not quite where I'd like it to be, but I am working on myself. And what I do is I do art, and I do various different types of art, from anywhere from floral art to abstract to just having a good time and having fun. I give out skills, and that's what I am. I'm a skills teacher, and I enjoy it. So I'm Laura Rothenberg, and I'm calling it Laura's Place of Art, but actually I haven't even decided what the name is. I have got another company which is not just art, but I'm trying to think maybe we come up with another name for that. I am on Instagram. You can look under my name, and I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on LinkedIn. If you want to follow me, you're most welcome to. If you've got questions, please ask them. If you're interested in any art, I have a couple of courses coming out online that I'm still working out the IT side of it. That's me all over. And I'm also looking to run courses live. I do run courses live. I do a lot of things at Marlborough College in the summer for teenagers as well as adults. And I just want you to believe in yourselves and believe in your worth and believe that you can make it. You can do this. You can do it through art. You can do it through anything. But you just got to remember, you are amazing. You got this far. Your next step is to believe in you and maybe do some self-development. And if you would like those names again who I follow, I'm quite happy to tell you. Just send me a message and I will get back to you. And on that case, this video is very long, which is more than I expected, but I just want to say have a good day, have a good week, have a good month. If you want to reach out, but just stay absolutely an amazing. Be you, be yourself, and don't forget to look in the mirror and tell yourself how beautiful you are. Bye for now.